Okay, this tag is not groundbreaking. I'll start with that. But it's my own. And while I looked at this tag and I was like, is it original? I had to check. I came up with all the questions on my own. When I searched the tag, I couldn't find it. If you find it somewhere else and it's not me, as in like there's an original creator out there where this tag already exists, just tell me. Tell me in the comments, be like, yo Jade, and then send the link. I will look at it, I will cry, and I'll post a different tag. But I created this tag and it's called the Campfire Tag. Hopefully something happened right there. So, I'm gonna go ahead and just drill these out. I haven't thought of the answers yet, but that's kind of because I wanted it to be authentic, you know? The point is to look at the questions and come up with your best answer. My family and I just decided we were going to take a camping trip, and I got inspired by that, and I was thinking of all the things I wanted to do while camping, and all the things I've never done while camping, and all the things I used to do while camping because I lived in Alaska. Camping's a lot easier in Alaska. Question 1. Build the tent. A book you had to read that ended up being a drag. The key word there for me, I'm interpreting my own tag, is had to read and drag. So the book I was required to read was Silence by Shusaku Endo. Yeah, so I don't know about this book. There were so many slow parts in it, it just took a while. For the most part, it was slow. I didn't really like the main character, and I disagreed a lot with what was happening. It's a story about two priests who journey to Japan in order to convert the Japanese culture to Christianity. It's their battle with the Buddhist and the Christian Japanese in order to convert Japan. 2 is Build a Fire, a book you are proud of finishing. For this book, I went along with the new Tolkien Companion. I say new, but I think this came out in the 70s or 80s. It has so much good information in it, and I read through it. It's pretty much just a thesaurus and dictionary of everything having to do with the Lord of the Rings, but it is a behemoth, and it is a dry behemoth. So yeah, I was proud of myself. 3, Roasted Marshmallows. A mushy sweet book you couldn't help but devour. For this, I chose The Penderwicks, A Summer Tale of 4 Sisters, 2 Rabbits, and a Very Interesting Boy. While this book does have conflict in it, it's not a heavy book, and it was just so sweet the entire time. The setting, the characters, the themes, it was all just adorable. I'm choosing this book as my marshmallow. 4 is Gone Fishing. A book that had you hooked by the first chapter. Sorry, I had to run out into my living room to grab it. For this, I chose Queen of Camelot by Nancy Mackenzie. The beginning of this book is the end. I already knew the end, and it still hooked me. You just have to know how everything went down. So yeah, I'm going with Queen of Camelot by Nancy Mackenzie. Skipping Rocks. A book or series you DNF'd or skipped over. I know I'm still a fairly new channel, and this may be a little damaging. I'm out of time. It's a sign that my camera's dying at the same time as I announce this. For this, I'm going with Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas and the entire Throne of Glass series. I read through this one and I found Selena Sardothien to be all talk and no action. The action that was in this book, I kind of had to build up a long way to, and her character was just not likable for me. The story was really interesting as far as like the plot goes, but I would have rathered the plot be with a whole other set of characters, and I'm sorry guys, I just was kind of waiting for this book to end, and not in like the good way where you're like, what's the ending? 6 is Campfire Songs, a book so good you are always found singing its praise. For this one, I went with the Raven Cycle series, and specifically the Raven Boys. I wouldn't recommend you read the last one first. If you'd like to see me open this box, there's a video posted. I loved this entire series, and I will never stop talking about it. 7 is The Night Sky, a book that made you think deeply about the world. I went with Buddha by Osamu Tezuka, Volume 3, Devada. This is the only one out of this series that I currently own. It had a lot of really deep messages in it. I found myself questioning my own view on the world the entire time I was reading it. And finally, 8, Tear Down, a book that you found bittersweet. For this, I went with Return of the King by J.R.R. Tolkien. It's kind of hard to pick an ending that you want to talk about, since an ending is also a spoiler. I figure this is old and classic enough, and there's a movie that has a very similar ending that I can pull this off. So I'm choosing this book for my bittersweet ending because while it has several endings, the ending is really bittersweet with them all going to Greyhaven, and yeah, when I reached the end, it was all really bittersweet. So that's it. It's just an 8-question tag. It's the campfire tag. I will go ahead and tag people. And before my battery dies, I have a list of people I'm tagging. If I think of any others, I wrote this list really quick just while I gave my battery some juice. So if I think of any others, I will list them down below. But it's quite a long list. So I have Triumphal Reads, May Reads, The Lost Reader, Stripped Lit, iLIVIEFORBOOKS, The Literary Life, Hannah Books and Other Things, Just Another Story, The Three Bookshelves, As Told by Honey, Crescent Moon Reads, Rachel Marie, Books with Winchester, EMMANOVELLA, Fearless Reader, PIA RAYLEE, and Stacy Taylor. So if there are any others, like I said, I will list them down below. I actually have another idea for a tag that's a little bit more my style, but I'm still tweaking it, and this one came to me pretty quickly while me and my little sister were planning our camping trip. So I hope you enjoy, and I hope you do this tag. Even if you're not tagged down below, you're more than welcome to do it. And I hope you're enjoying the sun or several more stars, and I'll see you next time. Bye! For this, I went with Return of the King. I created this tag, and it's called